I'm already going to have to edit. Frick, dude. Just started this video, already going to have to edit. Hello, everyone. We're still cooking on Craigslist. I have refreshed my cup of joe. I recommend you do that as well. I also took my pills today, my vitamins. That is not I'm not suggesting, I'm not secretly trying to say I took like medicine. It was an omega-3 fish oil pill, vitamin D3, because we're all deficient, and then a multivitamin, just trying to cover my bases. I took those, got some more coffee. I also tried to set up Craigslist. We've done multiple episodes, right? We've done Chicago, we've done Atlanta, we did Jefferson City, Missouri, which was kind of random, but we were going westward. Then I was like, well, let's go down. Let's look in Texas. As you can see, I was trying to check out Texas. And then I was like, let's go to Mexico. I don't know how to get to Craigslist in Mexico. Whenever I try to zoom in Mexico and pick a city, it's just like, did you mean somewhere in Texas? See, Hidalgo, Texas, Brownsville, Texas. But then when I Googled if Mexico has Craigslist, Google said yes. So I didn't know how to access it. To be honest, I spent not even 1 minute trying to figure it out. So we're just going to move on. Let's go to California. We hinted at going west last time. We're going all the way west this time. We're going west-west. We'll go west by southwest. That's not what I'm implying. We're just going somewhere in west. Let's go to LA. We'll check it out. We'll do Texas in another video. Now, here's the thing. LA is so dense that if I have it this far, I think we're going to get blasted with just so much stuff. So let's do 45 miles. That's going to give us enough content, I think. And then, so what I was thinking is LA obviously has got lots of cars, cool cars, because year round is a great place to drive. Awesome cars. You've got the coastal highways. You've got the, temperatures that are relatively consistent throughout most of the year. You also got earthquakes and crazy prices. But aside those things, it's a good place to have cars and trucks. So I think the cars and trucks is going to be a good spot for us to visit. I do think today we will spend the most of our time in apartments and housing. I just suspect we're going to find some crazy prices there. But let's start in cars plus trucks. And LA is massive, so there's probably a lot of other things going on as well. Frick, dude, I'm already seeing a dealership. Car Lux Lax. Car Lux Lax. What a name. Lux Lax. I mean, this already said. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm so glad we came. I'm so glad we came here. 1999 Isuzu Vehicross. $5,300 in Carson, California. What is it? I don't even know what this is. It's got 6 cylinders, 4-wheel drive, gas. We're at 250K. We're at 250,000 miles, but it's a clean title. Don't worry about a lien. I mean, this is a find right here. Look, that headlight, it's been parked on the same. This is how you know they've parked it on the same side of the street over and over and over again. There's a carport here, but still, this headlight is cooked. It's so cloudy. That's from the ultraviolet light reacting with the plastic polymers and turning them cloudy. They're no longer clear. It is breaking them down. He just parked it in the same spot, probably because he's got a different car that says daily. I mean, this thing's got 250,000 miles. This was for sure his daily. I don't know what the answer is, but he's parked it outside and it's cooked. I keep saying he. I don't know that it's a he. There is seatbelts back here. Is that seatbelts? How do I zoom in? I can't zoom in. That looks like that's seatbelts. Yes. Oh, is it the seatbelts for the seats, but they're just behind? I mean, this thing's kind of sweet. It's not sweet like it's a good deal. This thing is beat the heck up. 250,000 miles, once 5K. That's way too much. Rebuilt transmission. So he just rebuilt it, rebuilt the motor. It's a new car, basically. No, not a good deal, but a good find. I'm already here. And here we go, 1992 4Runner. I think this is what we found in Chicago. This is one of the first things that we found in Chicago that I was psyched about, was one of the classic 4Runners. And brother, this one's kind of clean. This is kind of clean. I mean, that's an odd place. You're just elbowing the frick out of that, I guess. You would think that it would be tearing right there, and somehow, unless he's reupholstered it, because that looks less beat up than these ones. Dang, these ones have got some miles on them. But hold up, dude. This is kind of a good find. Head gaskets, timing belt done on original engine. We're almost at 300K. How much did he want for it? That might be too much. I don't know. This is a little out of. I know more about cars, but this is a little out of my wheelhouse. I'm just making donut media references without meaning to. Just a little out of my. I don't know. I don't know about the market here. 300K, but these. I mean, this is the good era of Toyota. I'll just say that was pretty sweet. These are the kind of listings that I'm looking for. I'm looking for interesting stuff. You know, the whole point of me getting on Craigslist is looking for deals, steals, and oddball listings. If I can't find any of those, I'm out. A 2002 Chevy Camaro Z28 with an unfortunate paint color. Dang. I've been driving a Z28 lately. It's a 99. This one looks very different. Completely different interior. Nicer interior. $7,000. How many miles on it? Dang, dude, 250,000 miles on this camper. Oh, it's a time capsule, baby. Look at this. Look at the pillows. Look at the. Is that wallpaper? They got the curtains, dude. Wait a minute. Is that the toilet? Oh, brother, you don't even have a door for the toilet. You have a curtain for the toilet. Imagine Papa Alfalfa is driving this thing, and you gotta go. It's what my dear friend, I won't say his name, my dear friend would call an emergency poop. That's what he would say. It's a right now poop, is what he would call it. And you're on the highway. Papa Alfalfa's like, we're not making a pit stop. You're gonna have to go in the back. You slide the curtain across. That's the courtesy you're getting. That's all, dude. And it's right next to where you're cooking food too. Oh, dude, that is not passing OSHA. That's a public health violation. And they've got, Wanda here with the mini skirt that's ripped in the front. All I can think is that this thing has 250,000 miles on it with that toilet. The toilet has 250,000 miles on it. Take that however you need to take that. Easily had her at 80 miles per hour uphill yesterday. That's a big deal. Camper is sweet. The toilet, I actually didn't know that these kind of campers had toilets. So I am a little bit impressed. I also just didn't know. Good find. Not what I thought I was going to find in California, although people camp in California. Police pursuit vehicle. Are you allowed to sell these? All-wheel drive, 8-cylinder. That's actually kind of the cool part because these Chargers are rear-wheel drive usually, and that's what makes them fun. But a V8 with all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, it's technically all-wheel drive. It's for sure not four-wheel drive. This is not a truck. It's not crawling over gravel. The Oregon State Police took very good care of this car, except for when they were chasing down bad guys and spinning people out and smashing people. Really, what I've heard about these cars, the big thing that get destroyed is the brakes. The brakes just get hot from, how police officers have to drive to chase down the stinky fellas that are breaking the law. What do we think? Do we think it's going to get better, squad, or should we just move on to the housing? Oh my gosh, here's what I'm here for. I'm surprised it took this many scrolls to find one. Go ahead and open that up for me. A 2007 Subaru Impreza WRX STI Black 17K. 17K for a WRX. I haven't even looked at the miles yet. What do we think it is? 17K? Do you think it has 200,000 miles? The real question is, does it have more than 150,000 miles? And is it modded? And is the engine rebuilt yet? Has it blown a head gasket? Oh my gosh. Title is salvage. Engine 2.50 turbo, transmission, run and drive good. Why is it a salvage title? Car have minor dent scratches, front and rear bumpers, or best offer. So this car has a story, and we don't know what it is. It's a salvage title. 100K. Do they have any pictures of the engines to where we can see if it has been modded? Okay, so already we got an exhaust, and we got mud flaps. The exterior is kind of clean, though. They got the stock wheels. Interior is clean, but it's a salvage title. So what happened? Did we explode the engine? But it says it runs and drives. I need a pic of that engine, sir. I need to see if this engine is modded and if you have blown a head gasket. I just wanted to take a peek in here and see what was going on. This is kind of what I was thinking. In Pasadena, 11K for a Jaguar XK. I don't know my Jaguars. My father does. He would know if this was a deal. Dad, if you're on here, is this a deal? 2008 Jaguar XK convertible, 11 grand, 105,000 miles. It's an automatic. Is this a deal, Dad? I just wanted to scroll a little bit in the cars. That was for me. I really want to go to the musical instruments, but I know that that's probably not what everybody's here for. What you guys are here for is the housing situation. First of all, I've never noticed this before. Housing swap. Is this where people trade? I've got to click. I can't not. I got to click. Oh man, that's tough. Help. We got the jackrabbit. I don't know what this is. We're going back out. So let's go apartment housing. I just listen. I don't live in LA. I got a couple friends that do, and I know that prices up there are insane for housing. It's crazy. No matter what side of the political spectrum that you fall on, housing prices are out of control. I think we all can agree. Let's see. The rent is 1,300 for a house. I feel like that's not terrible. I mean, this house looks not good, but it's Cali. You got to bring your own appliances. BYOA. And you got, AC that's in the wall. So this is all I'm saying. When I see something that looks like this, I just think bugs. There's bugs in there. There's bugs in there. This kind of little back spot is kind of cool though. I feel like that's not. I mean, that's not a deal, but that's not like out of control. I was expecting that to be like 3K with parking, 700 a month. 700 a month in Los Angeles, California. Owner is willing to provide washer and dryer for an additional 50 per month. I feel like that's not terrible. I mean, it's small. It's small, but it's a living space. Folks, if you see me editing here, it's because I'm just having to scroll through so many listings that are not from a private lister. They're just from renting companies or just big corporations. And that's boring. We're not trying to look at Craigslist for that. You'd go to their own site for that. Newly attractive, one bedroom, one bathroom. Let's take a look. 670. I feel like that's not terrible. Maybe I'm just looking in the wrong part of town. Beautiful studio, one bathroom apartment for rent as you step inside, blah, 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 blah. 670. I mean, is it a studio? That looks like there's a separate bedroom. Hmm. It's kind of crushing my spirit. I'm just having to scroll. I'm not having fun, guys. I'm not having fun. That sucked. We're going somewhere else. Boats, boat parts, bike parts, beauty and health. All right, for sale, beauty and health. What could that possibly be? Okay, here we go. All right, this is where I needed to be. We have a Microlife BP3 GY1 2N digital blood pressure monitor with original cuff. This is not a replaced cuff, all right? This is not a rebuilt title blood pressure monitor. We've got the original cuff, and we've got a huge number of pics. You got the model number. He's making sure you see the buttons, he or she. Works great. This item is in great condition. Please see the pictures for details. The batteries are installed. Don't even worry about it. We took care of it. We put the battery in there. There's no power supply. Nothing else is included. 20 bucks. I think that's probably good. Here we go. Cast boot, new. Crutches and more. $20. Chino Hills. Okay. You trying to build some muscle mass? Then I got just the thing for you. 2 pound dumbbell weights, dumbbell hand. Two pound dumbbells, weights, dumbbell hand. And brother's flexing on us. Brother or sister is flexing on us. They're like, listen, I know you need to build some muscle. I know you need to hit the weights, to hit the iron. You need to develop yourself, but don't sweat it. I've got both of these in one hand. They're just flexing on you. Offer. Throw them an offer. Oh my gosh. Are you allowed to do this? Are you allowed to sell? I guess it's just missing the head. Okay, so that's not that bad. If they were selling it with this part, I'd be like, bruh, that's disgusting. Filled with a variety of oils, so many to choose from. This is kind of sweet for brothers with obstructive sleep apnea. Philips Respironics REMStar Pro C Flex system with 1 humidifier tubing SD card. Works great, excellent, fully tested, pre-owned condition. I think this, I don't know for sure. It's got to be a CPAP. It talks about sleep mapper. I think this is a CPAP. So for my brothers out there with sleep apnea or even obstructive sleep apnea, which is where, for people who don't know, when you're sleeping, if you have this condition, you stop breathing over and over and over again, like hundreds of times per night. Not good for you. Extremely stressful on your heart and your airways because it's being burdened by not receiving oxygen and it's having to pump blood. And so, even though it may not fully wake you up, it keeps you out of a deep, restful sleep, and then it just stresses your heart out. Really bad for you. But the sleep apnea machine, the CPAP, whatever that stands for, yeah, here's another one, is like an oxygen mask. It straps to your face, and it, I think, creates a vacuum that forces air into your lungs. So even if you stop breathing for whatever reason, because your throat is collapsing and your airway is getting cut off for a second, or what other, maybe because you have a neurotic condition or something like that, it's forcing air into you and it's like making your lungs pump. And so people say that it's like life changing to get a full night's sleep. We're going to move on. Let's try heavy equipment. My favorite page every single time. Lifting chains and shackles and brackets, baby. He's just selling hooks. I mean, this rocks, dude. We got a 2018 JLG1930ES scissor lift, 191 hours, $6,000. Barely used. 191 hours, that thing's barely used. I don't actually know, but this thing's sweet. So I have driven one of these before. I don't know if it was this, but it's a similar scissor lift. And I'll tell you what, it's kind of freaky, especially if you try to drive it while you're up there. And I don't think you're supposed to do that. I think you're supposed to go all the way down and drive it. But once you're all the way up there, you got to make little adjustments. You're like, oh, I need to be 2 feet closer. I was just a little bit off. And so then you drive it just a tiny bit, for sure, probably against the rules. Which of my brothers doesn't get excited about a dump truck? And I mean literally a dump truck, the vehicle. 2014 Freightliner 114SD dump truck, $49,000. How many miles? 130K original miles. No issues with the truck. It's ready to work. Ready to go to work. This is an attractive color yellow for a dump truck. So I wouldn't buy a yellow car. Not for me. But a yellow dump truck, even a red dump truck, an orange dump truck, those are the colors that you want for a dump truck. That's classic. Look, this interior is clean. What is that? An 8-speed? Crazy. I would love to drive one of these babies. This is when you're in serious business, when you got to sell one of these things. 2004 330CL Cat excavator and attachments. Don't worry about going anywhere else for buying the attachments, brother. I've got your attachments. They're included in the price. 68,400, very close to 69,000. The condition is fair, but this is construction, my friend. Fair is about as good as you're going to get. Look, that's the attachments right there, extra attachments. I don't know what that does, but get ready to throw that baby on. How do you even attach that? That's crazy. This has got to weigh like 600 pounds by itself, maybe more. Just giant block of metal. 2004, yeah, it just says breaker. I don't know what that means. It's a breaker, dude. Maybe that's the attachment, a breaker. It's got 2 buckets. Comments? Let me know. What do you think? Is this a deal for an excavator? Under 69K. Industrial fan. We got a Ford school bus. I'd drive one of these babies. What am I hauling? I mean, this thing looks like it's from the 80s. What is it from? It's a 1990, so it's basically. We replaced the engine, but cannot get this vehicle to start as is not running. Great for projects or if you're a mechanic and could possibly fix taking reasonable offers. So basically what they're doing is they're hoping for one of those awesome car YouTube channels to come, swoop this thing up, make a whole series of videos about them fixing it up. And guess what? I'd watch it. I'm one of those people. I watch it for sure. Oh, here's a Grom. Under 5K. Look at this little thing. Title in hand. 200 miles. Very low miles. Yeah, this rocks. Oh, they got the Peterbilt roll off. All right, this is the last one we're looking at, I swear. First of all, it's got a long face. It got that long face on the front. But it can just roll that car right off. It can just roll something straight into the ground. Just nuke that thing into the ground. I mean, it's old. It's a Peterbilt, 1985. 362 roll off, 270,000 miles. They've got their money's worth out of this thing, that's for sure. It's got a 2001 AMRAP system. It's available in Fontana, sold as is, cannot be registered in California. We're selling it in California, but it cannot be registered in California. So you better be, I don't even know. You better be using that in the parking lot. Household. Let's just give it a look. Already out. Sucks. Parts, motorcycles. We're doing this for me, okay? Don't complain. We're going to do musical instruments. We're doing this for me. We're already out. It was bad. There was probably good stuff in there, but there was just so much. I didn't want to scroll. It's like every time I have to scroll and not find entertainment, it exhausts me. And I know as I'm scrolling and I'm just silent, I just know in my heart, that's another edit. And I hate editing. I'm trying to avoid editing. Jobs, security. We're going into jobs. Security personnel, immediate openings. Security guards needed immediately. How much does a security guard pay? Guys, this LA Craigslist is not doing it for me. I just want to end the video with one more. We gotta find a gem somewhere. Before we call it quits on this video, we gotta find a gem. Is it gonna be under farm plus garden? Is it gonna be under boats? Is it gonna be under business? Are they selling businesses? All right, please tell me there's a gem here. My recording software literally cut me off because I spent so long just scrolling through the Los Angeles Craigslist looking for interesting listings and not talking. I'm sure you'll see in this video, I was just my demeanor, my mannerisms, my energy is being sucked out of me and into the black hole, the void, which is the meaningless listings, the waste of time listings that are the Los Angeles area Craigslist pages. It's not a lack of listings. It's not like Jefferson City where we had to zoom out to try to get some listings. There were no deals. There were no steals. There were no oddball listings. Maybe there were a couple, but there was just so much clutter and crap out there. I had to come back here to wrap up the video. I just found one last semi-interesting tidbit, and it's under the RVs and camper for sale area, and somebody is listing dogs. Again, this is not like, wow, it was all worth it, but it's kind of funny. They listed this under for sale by owner RVs, and you've got the standard poodle available. They've got females. This picture kind of looks like it's AI generated. They have females and males. I guess one male. They're 5 weeks old. The rehoming fee, I mean, it's expensive to buy one of these dogs, but I just thought that was funny. It's a RV type class A. I mean, the odometer is 1. They're just trying to list these dogs here underneath the RV. I thought that was funny. That's all I could do, guys. I tried my best to find something interesting, to find an oddball listing. This is what I could do. That's all I got. We're giving LA Craigslist, at least today, because there's so much. There's probably good stuff in here. It's just so bogged down. The density of things that waste your time is so high. We're wrapping this video up. We're giving the Craigslist for the Los Angeles area, not even the greater Los Angeles area. I kept it pretty narrow. It's like a 46-mile range. Does it say? 45 plus or minus 45 miles. We're giving it like a 3 out of 10. Maybe worse. It just sucked my energy. I felt defeated. 3 out of 10. We'll just stick with that.